members, guests. Well, there he was, sitting in his favourite Greasy Joe's with a chipped mug, an aluminium mug, going, more sugar? Yeah, more sugar. Builder's tea, so strong you could stand a teaspoon up in it. Well, he had to have a bit of extra sugar as well, but that's what he had. Inspector Davis loved this place. He'd go there every morning just for his cup of tea. His mobile went bing. Oh, so he opened its message. What he saw scared him, because what it said was, Inspector Davis, your daughter is in grave danger. Get to the school immediately. Well, what did he do? Grabbed all his paperwork, because he'd been reading all his notes, because he's an inspector. He had all his notes all round, so get them all into the briefcase, dashed to the car. This is stupid. If I drive, where am I going to park? And then it's all one way. So he chucked his briefcase in, locked it, and said, right, back out of this, and off he went. Now, he was a marathon runner, so he knew he could do this. And off he went, blasting down through the alleyways, gets to the school, banging his head out of the door. Eventually someone comes, she opens the door and says, oh, Inspector, I'm so sorry. This man forced his way in. He made me send that text to you, and here's the note. So he got the note. And that made his blood really run cold. Inspector Davis, if you realised what was going to happen, you'd be even more worried. But on that roof, 2 4,000-gallon tanks of water. They're for the sprinkler system. Not anymore. I've rerouted them so they pipe straight into your daughter's classroom. 8,000 gallons, when I release it, they're all dead. But you can save them. What you've got to do, head for the fire escape and see what you find. So he ran to the fire escape, and there was a box. Ripped the box open, inside, stopwatch. Button. Note. So he gets the note. Inspector Davis, you have 2.5 minutes to get to room 616. If you try evacuating your daughter's classroom, I'll press the button. If you try using your mobile, tough, I've got a jammer on, you won't be able to use it anyway. So I suggest you press the button and the stopwatch at the same time and start running. Well, he did. Now, he'd got halfway up, and it started getting to the fact he was running upstairs. It's not like running a marathon. It started getting leaden. His chest, well, he couldn't get enough oxygen in, so he was really panting. Got onto the top of the fire escape, in through the fire escape door because it was open. Now I've got to find 616. As he ran down the corridor, one of the rooms, TV was blasting. It was blasting an advert. Better bit of butter on your knife. A better bit of butter on your knife. Well, earworm, straight away. He could not get that out of his head. Better bit of butter on your knife. But he remembered. Happy birthday. Sing happy birthday, I'll go away. What an incongruous sight. Inspector running down the corridor, trying to save his daughter's life, singing happy birthday. Oh, that is just crazy. He got to 616, ran into the room, box, straight to the box, rips it open, presses the button. Looks at his stopwatch, 15 seconds spare. Not bad. Note drops down, reads the note. Final task. Go to the tanks and press the button. 2.5 minutes. If you don't do it, she's dead. Well, he was finding it a bit tough. His legs didn't want to go, and his chest and his heart. Really bad news. But he thought, right. Pressed the button, started the stopwatch, and ran. Got to the fire escape, up onto the roof. He could see in the distance the tanks. And he was running, but he got slower and slower and slower, and his legs wouldn't move, and he couldn't breathe, and his ears started, the rushing sound, and his eye, well, it started going dark. He knew he was in trouble, and just before he got there, he hit the deck. Got up into his knees, hands and knees, and crawled to the button, pressed the button, looked at his stopwatch, 5 seconds late. The note dropped down. Open the note. Inspector Davis, I thought you loved your daughter more than this. But you're lucky. This is just a warning. If you don't lay off my organisation, you can see that we will take anything, anywhere, and bump off anybody we want. Your family is not safe. So lay off. At that point, the blackness came in, the darkness descended, and he dropped to the deck, out like a light, gone. He woke up because the mobile phone in his pocket was vibrating. So he got the phone out. It was his sergeant. What? You're right. They took it, hook, line and sinker. We've got him. Exhausted, he sat there and then started laughing. Because what John Lord, the drug lord, didn't know was that all of those documents were fake. When they'd taken them, they had information that told them they had two moles in the organisation. They had information that told them what the drug squad are going to be doing and what they knew about them. But worst of all, there was a file in there, a full report on the warehouse where all the money and drugs were stored, saying, look, budget cuts mean that we have not enough money to pay for the night shift. We'll have to go to electronic surveillance for nights. And he knew John Lord could not resist taking out this warehouse. So when John Lord turned up at the warehouse with his men, they were surrounded by armed police and taken away to jail. And so Inspector Davis did, in fact, succeed.